welcome to episode 4 of the Smart Home Collective. Today I'm over the moon. It would be an understatement. I'm absolutely buzzing to be joined by 4 of the finest, well, I should say 4, 3 of the finest men on YouTube and one man from Yorkshire.
And Gaz.
And Gaz.
I'm not sure I can live up to this, Billy.
On my virtual left, I've got Paul Hibbert. On my right, I've got Brian from Opinionated Life, Stu from Stu's Reviews, and Gaz, who's been on episode 2. And I think Gaz has left a lasting impression on all of those listeners. Paul, when I started writing my notes up, you had 149,000 subscribers.
Yes.
But I've timed this quite well because now you have 150,000.
Preposterous.
9 years in the game, 316 videos. Hats off to you.
Thank you very much. It's 9 years in total, but it's only actually 4 and a bit years since I started it back up again. I stopped doing it for a long time because I realized it was too hard.
But then you go back in the game.
Yes.
Brian, Automate Your Life. And again, when I wrote my notes up, it was 98,000 subscribers. You're now at 98.9 thousand subscribers, 360 videos, 360 plus. I started to count them and I got bored at 360. I thought, fuck it. I'll just stop here. And I think, Brian, for me, the biggest thing is how do you bang out the number of videos that you do?
It's mostly slave labor, to be honest. No, I mean, like I got some good help.
How do we get some of those?
You started by being racist, and now you're talking about slave labor. Something going on here.
You're consistent, though. You're consistent.
Stu, you appeared on episode 2. 228 vids, 56.7 thousand subscribers. I think if people go back and listen to episode 2, you give quite a good run through of your YouTube channel then. And then I've got Gaz, who has 1 video. What?
Gaz, who's 19 and a half stone, 12 fights, 11 technical knockouts.
So as I say, listen, we've got a bit of a different format with this episode. Four individuals. We'll have a bit of a roundtable, some news items, and later in the show we'll go into a little bit of fun and games, a little bit of a quiz. Paul, I started with you with the introduction. Do you want to give me just a little bit? Give us 5 minutes of the journey today, because it's quite a journey.
Have a presentation. Nisha said, don't monopolise the conversation. So I wrote a brief half-an-hour presentation. If I can present that to you,
please do.
It'll be entirely useless for the viewers at home, of course, because they won't be able to see it. But it says the host disabled participant screen sharing. Did you do this on purpose?
No, let me just find out how to do that.
He heard that Stu might try and share his OnlyFans landing page.
I know what you're talking about.
Hey, try that, Paul.
Try
£15 a month says otherwise, Stu.
I'm plugging that at the end, mate.
Is that visible?
It is indeed.
Yes.
Hold on, then.
It is.
Oh my gosh, he has a whole presentation.
I've prepared well because I knew he was going to ask us all questions. I thought I'd look like the decent one, and you guys would look like idiots.
Yeah,
I mean, great job on the graphics.
Brian.
I have to say, it's very dynamic.
If I wanted a presentation, I'd be going into work right now.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
This is just like work, only I'm drinking.
This is just like work only. This is my first drink of the day, you mean?
Paul Hibbert's A Smart Home Journey. Slide number 1. Paul Hibbert was born. He came out of a woman. He was born in a room sometime in the last 200 years. I thought I'd start at the beginning. Is this helpful?
Fake news.
And I wish the viewers had seen this, because we've managed to get a fantastic picture of a bearded Paul Hibbert with a baby's body and a teddy in bed. It's bringing a tear to my eye, Paul.
It's the most professional slideshow ever as well.
Yeah, I think Brian's right. I think that's his actual body.
Yeah, I don't think that's a baby picture. I just think that's
to be honest, I'm a bit offended that you think that's a picture of a baby. Paul Hibbert was born with a full set of adult teeth. Bit of trivia for you there. Sometime later, he met a man. That's my friend. He's known as Sacriel42 on Twitch. He's extremely wealthy. The man was disgustingly wealthy. Paul thought that looked nice. This is how I sort of started stumbling my way into the smart home business. So he started a YouTube channel and failed miserably and went back to work. And you can see the slideshow here says Utter Bastards Incorporated, because those are the people I worked for. I worked for Utter Bastards, got fired, and then lost the plots entirely, and started overdubbing episodes of Downton Abbey. This is the first time I've seen this slideshow since I made it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I gained 20 subscribers and then went back to a real job. The next slide just says wigs and then nonsensical levels of success. Finn.
I'll be honest. I think Sundance may as well not take any other entrants this year.
So that's it. That's my slideshow. So I got into all this in all seriousness because I had a very good friend who was doing YouTube professionally, and he was making an awful lot of money, and he's now one of the most famous Twitch streamers in the world. So initially, the thing that I went into it for was to simply make money. I wanted to get away from the desk job and do something a bit closer to my heart, I guess. I wanted to do technology and see if there was a way I could make money at doing that. And then I failed horrendously, as the slideshow proved, and went back to work for a bit. I worked for an absolute utter shower of bastards who warped me in the head. And I say that in all seriousness. I went through some serious anxiety issues and thought, I don't want to go back to office life. So I started taking the YouTube channel very, very seriously. And although I did have to go back to office life for a little while, I was able to maintain the growth of the YouTube channel at the same time. And eventually, finally, 100,000 subscribers, managed to quit the day job. And here I am, 50,000 subscribers later. Fantastic.
So it's been a journey, but I think the way you are now is, listen, Paul, you know, I've been following you for a long time, and to see the journey has been, I know Brian, Gaz, I'm sure you'll be the same, but to see where you've come from and even the quality of the videos, Paul, just far, I mean, it's fantastic. That's where we are at the moment.
Thanks, man.
That's fantastic.
Really kind. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I've got a friend who's trying to sort of start a YouTube channel now, and it's just so difficult for people to get started because it's such a massive upheaval to try and get things going and actually get that momentum that's required to be able to stick at it in the first place, because it's such a miserable existence when you aren't getting anywhere, and that misery never really ends. Even at 150,000 subscribers, you throw a video out and you kind of look at it and think, why is it not doing better? Why is it not doing as well as the last week's video did? And I'm sure Brian will attest to that. We have a lot of conversations in the background.
I mean, I personally think that's bollocks. I'm absolutely fucking flying with my 30-second YouTube trailer, and I think you're a massive moaning bastard, to be honest with you, Paul.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
No, at any time.
That's a good point, Paul, because I know, Brian, we spoke about that, and the highs and lows and becoming addicted to watch those statistics and analyzing the statistics as to why. And I've thought about it I mean, I know we're only into episode 4 here with the podcast, but I'm still doing it. Did I launch it on the wrong day? Did I launch it in the wrong time? Did I not put it enough in the social media? And you do get a bit of the highs and lows, as and when it ebbs and goes up and down, the emotions go with it.
YouTube are a bunch of pricks for it as well, aren't they? Because they stamp like in big lettering in your analytics, this video isn't doing as well as last week's video. It's like this video seems to have turned off everybody. Nobody likes this. It's awful looking at it. The fact that it gives you like a headline to tell you aren't doing well enough is not good for your mental health.
No, they're pretty clear with that. And there's some rough goes once in a while. I mean, actually, you know, I felt here for a while that I'd be well beyond 100,000 subscribers, and you just have to check yourself every once in a while and go, you know what? It's just not the time. You're not there. It's just not working. You'll figure it out as you go. And I think that's the biggest thing within the journey for me, has just been let it go a little bit and just let it flow, I think.
And don't wreck yourself.
Yeah, don't wreck yourself. Like, seriously, relax about it. And if you're having fun, and Lee, we talked about that a little bit, like make sure you're going to love it. And if you love it, then it doesn't really matter as you go. You're going to have those highs and lows. And I mean, yeah, you watch Paul and you watch Stu. Yeah, they're loving what they're doing. They're loving their creation. And, there's going to be the ups and downs, but they're having fun. So it doesn't really matter. And truthfully, so am I at this point. I'm starting to get to a point where I'm enjoying it a lot more.
I hate every minute of it. I'm just a really good actor.
I mean, on that point, Brian, you're obviously loving it. You do put out some amount of content regularly. How?
So, I came from an engineering job, very rigid, structured, lots of planning. So that's kind of where I came from in my life. So I've been able to plan a lot of my content well in advance. Oftentimes I have videos uploaded to the channel that are actually waiting for me to slip a little bit. So, I just prioritized at one point getting as much information as I could out there. And I started to really make sure that I was going to follow that schedule. But then, it's as of late, I've actually started to kind of regress and think I need to say less and be better. And I think, I watch Paul regularly, and there's a reason I watch it. Like you said, his videos are top shelf and they're entertaining, and I'm enjoying myself every second of it. So
stop it, you're making me blush.
Well, I'm trying to get you to blush, but I think the drink there already did it. But
yep.
But anyways, yeah, like, I'm starting to reduce a little bit in terms of the numbers, and I think it'll lead hopefully to a better place. But it's a little painful because as I slow down the number of videos, it slows down the number of people YouTube send me, and they keep telling me the same thing Paul says. Oh, you really screwed that one up. That sucks.
Stu, I was going to actually talk about your channel, but you did that in episode 2, so I'll take a different tack here. You were recently, quite seriously, the victim of an Echo 10 theft. I mean, I'm looking right now and you look a broken man. Are you okay?
Right.
Talk to me.
Yeah. I mean, can't sleep at night. I have to wear nappies now.
You already did.
It's true. It's true. This is true. Bigger nappies now. No. It was funny really, because we were talking about the Echo for a while, and actually originally, Paul, yours was supposed to arrive before mine. Was that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Something like that.
There was a whole big shortage of them, wasn't there?
Amazon.
Oh, it was mad. Like mine was supposed to be dispatched on the day they released, and that was, I was fine with that. That's cool. Get the content out early, and then they come around. They said they'd shipped it, and about half an hour later, I got an email saying, "Oh, sorry, it's now been delayed till April the 25th." This is like 2 months after, because it was February the 2nd. Was that the release date of it? It was early February or something, wasn't it? But so I was fuming. So I messaged Paul and said, "Is yours arrived, or what's yours?" And you said has yours arrived now? Yours has arrived, hasn't it?
I've got it now. Yeah, it's sad because it's in black, and I preferred it in white, having seen yours, and yeah, it sucks.
Oh well, but oh well. But anyway, yeah. So it was just quite interesting that there was a huge shortage at the beginning, but we were talking about how the Americans always seem to get the stuff before us as well.
Yeah,
always.
Brian.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Canadians too.
Oh, is that what you are? I can't tell from the accent.
But it is frustrating, entirely frustrating that it seems like the UK were always last. So I thought I'll send mine to Paul so we can get some content out and try and compete with Brian.
And has your thoughts changed, Nick? I know when we spoke previously, I think it's pointless. I think it's just a stupid, gimmicky thing. It looks cool, but it is crap.
No, I like it. I like it.
I've had to turn the movement off. It's rubbish.
Yeah.
It doesn't follow me when I want it to, and it follows me when I don't want it to, and it's always facing the wrong direction. It's rubbish.
It's definitely it needs a lot of work, but that's because it's using the entire sort of tracking system is through the camera. That's the reason why it's not particularly that accurate all the time. If they incorporated something like, like the Xbox Kinect has some kind of infrared system or LiDAR, like a lot of phones have these days, then it would be so much better at tracking. And I truly believe that what I said in my review, that this is the future of Echo devices, because it could theoretically allow them to become responsive rather than you having to automatically say, a wake word every single time you want to use it. It can just be responsive to whatever you want because it knows when you're giving it attention.
I have to say, Stu, if at 6'7" the camera can't spot you and follow you, I think that's a fairly gaping hole in the ability of tracking. I can understand it not following Paul. Absolutely.
It just thinks I'm the ceiling. It thinks I'm like a lampshade or something. It doesn't quite understand.
I'm not tracking that lamppost.
Yeah.
But regardless,
that can't be real.
Regardless of the tracking, and I think, Paul, you made the point in one of your videos was, unless it's smack bang in the middle of an island in your kitchen, so you can do a full 360, what's the point?
It's not really worth it. Like I said in my review, and I think this is really important, it's the best sounding speaker I think Amazon have produced. It really sounds incredible.
It is really good.
Yeah, so buy it for the speaker, not for the swiveling eye.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the swiveling has a little bit of a use case when, like, the only time I use it now is when I just say the wake word. You put it in kind of that middle mode, and then it will come and find you. But yeah, it like following you the whole day. Yeah, it's creepy. It's weird, and it doesn't work in low light. It's the low light that always got me, because it's like a light color sensor, ALS.
Perhaps that's why we're struggling in the UK. We just don't have any sunlight in this country.
Yeah, no, it's all cloud, right? So
can I ask? Presumably, if the microphones on it are on the front of the display, have you seen any better pickup of the wake word if it's following you anyway?
Mine are definitely not. Worse, if anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Seriously, Echo Q bad? Or
that's improved. Weirdly, that's much better. I had it like 2 feet away from me in my original review, and it was just diabolically bad. And I have people in my comment section like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm like, you've just watched a video where it is that bad, but whatever. So it's like I faked it. But since that time, it's been much, much better. So I don't know if they released an update for it or what, but yeah, it works way better these days.
Is it still good for cutting paper?
It's excellent for cutting paper or cheese. If you want to, any kind of gourmet meal you want to make, just get the Echo Cube out. What's it called? It's not even called that, is it?
Is it not?
TV Cube?
Fire TV.
Fire TV.
The Fire TV Cube, yeah. If you want to cut anything at all, like human flesh, it'll cut straight through.
We'll have a chat about that later. All right.
I'll be honest, Brian, I'm a little bit disappointed you didn't cover the human flesh eviscerating update in your Echo News section. I think that's piss poor, frankly.
Well, I think actually that's going to show up in the next Paul Stew integration.
It is
together, right? That's why he hasn't been able to sleep.
Bring it over.
That makes sense.
Guys, I was going to ask you to run through your YouTube channel, but it's fucking pointless. So I'll skip that.
How long have we got?
But to be fair, guys, you were like Stu. Paul seems to just bully people quite a bit, and in one of Paul's recent videos, he called you something. Now I couldn't make out the last word. I called you a ginger bearded Viking before, but Paul called you. Paul, what did you call him?
I'm trying to think. It was a ginger bearded beatnik or something.
The beatnik, that's what it was.
It was a hipster, actually. Come on, if you're going to label me, make sure that you label me appropriately.
Accurately.
Now, what I would say is that it was the least hipster photograph of me that's available on the internet. So
it's the highest resolution one I could find.
Well, it's the highest resolution, but it's the poorest quality punchline, I'm afraid, Paul. And I think ultimately, resolution counts for nothing when you fail your punchline. So, as somebody who produces consistently funny videos, I felt I felt a little bit wasted as a punchline because I think he fumbled it. So
Yeah.
I know you'd said, Lee, that ultimately could I talk about my bullying by Paul on YouTube? And I can talk about it in that I thought it was a really substandard level of bullying, and I feel somewhat disrespected that he didn't do a better job.
But funnily enough, the video
bullying.
got thousands of likes, guys. So I think you're maybe
Good luck,
voted there.
man, mate. What can I say?
Yeah.
Can I just ask, which of the podcast episodes has got the best number so far?
Cannot comment.
It'll be this one.
It will be this one when it's released, guys. Yeah.
Definitely this one.
Yeah.
But to his point, he's here again. So I don't know.
I mean, I've been on as many of these podcasts almost as much as Lee, and Lee's the presenter. So I mean, I'll just you can fucking tell me about all your video views and all your subscribers, but you know,
Sometimes Lee's just got to scrape the barrel. I get it. I've been there.
I make Lee look good. I'm good for morale.
That's it. You boost the morale. Right. News item. So I was going to try and split this out, but I'm actually going to just kind of wrap it into one. So Brian, I know the two of us watched the Zigbee Alliance webinar, which took place a couple of weeks ago, which we're talking about chip connected home internet protocol. My thoughts exactly, Paul. And I thought the conversation was going to be specifically about the actual webinar and the alliance itself. But I would like to broaden it. And I'm going to come to you first, Brian, around what is the near future? So forget 10, 20 years down the line. What is the near future of the smart home? Is it literally more buttons, more switches, but on chip and threads? And if that's it, are we just now coughing out more money every time a new product comes out, but the same product?
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of people do that. We're going to have a lot of repeat of devices. So yeah, absolutely. For a little while, I think that is what the smart home slowly becomes. And I think we'll see, the Apple people kind of convert with their HomePod minis and get all the thread stuff. I think we'll see the same thing with Google, and the other platforms will be a little more interesting.
Paul, is this another way for the chip alliance to take more money off us?
See, when you start that with this crew, it's going to be like 3-1 here, but that's okay. Let's have some fun with it. I think they're actually doing all right in terms of trying to give us a path forward with our old smart home and not force us to buy everything right away. I think when they created the bridge device type and they said, basically these older manufacturers can come with their hubs and turn them into a bridge for chip, I think we have an opportunity to use what we have today. And then maybe you'll start replacing with chip based devices in the next 1 to 2 years as you have things kind of break down. And I think there's certain hubs that are going to do that and certain ones that aren't, and certain devices that you'll be able to. So
I mean, what I would say, and Paul, get up and ready to thrust. I think it'll largely be a question of corporate greed.
I fully agree. I don't want to spoil my upcoming video too much, but I've already kicked off a little bit about the smart home industry in general. I think is an absolute train wreck at the moment, and I'd love to salute the people at Chip and say, "Yay, you're trying to do something about it," but everything they seem to be doing just seems to be an almost like-for-like repeat of Zigbee and what happened with Zigbee. If you listen to what Philips Hue, and I hope I've heard this correctly, but I heard that Philips Hue have been allowed to have their bridge as the chip device, but their bulbs remain non-chip, so that the bridge does all the work. If that means I've got to keep my Philips Hue bridge, I'm in exactly the same situation I was before. So I just don't understand the point. It's like, why move to another protocol if the new protocol is going to do all of the same things that the old protocol did?
And my worry, Paul, is they'll do exactly what they did with Zigbee. You will have chip, but different standards of chip.
Yes,
and
I think Apple
they'll
will be the
fragment it
first.
like they've done exactly like they
That
did with
annoys
Zigbee.
Apple will be the first, I think, to say we want to stamp, we want to certificate anything coming through so that it's chip, but it's Apple certified chip. So Apple will then say if it's not Apple certified, but it's chip, we'll ignore it. It's no good because it's not Apple certified. And if Apple are going to fragment like that, which again I'm just guessing, but if Apple fragment like that, and Philips are already saying our bulbs won't be chip, but our hub will, I don't see the difference. What's new?
I would tend to agree with Paul when he says Apple's going to still fragment. I totally agree. That's what they're going to do. I think the news came out with Hue as their hub. You're going to have to keep their hub, but I think that's actually the bridge device, right? So it's kind of our hub will certify. We're not going to change all of the bulbs over to chip, but we're going to use that bridge device. So I think, to your point, Paul, we might see a new Philips Hue bridge in a few years. That's a chip controller,
Yay.
right? No, I think we will, right? We'll see a chip only, and then a bunch of chip lighting devices, and then people will buy them in the future.
I mean, I think there's a bit of a condition going on here, and I think it's protocol iteration syndrome, or basically pissing on your chips by just ultimately creating iterative versions of, as you say, broadly the same protocol.
It's planned obsolescence. At the end of the day, you can't have a business that continues to sell one product and that's it forever. People will always need to create something else for you to buy. So it's planned obsolescence. There will be another thing. You've got chip. What's after that? Chip 2. I don't know. Who knows? But the point is that these companies need to continue to pretend to innovate and change things to get you to buy more things.
Yeah.
But and Stu, I hate referring back to the episode 2 which you were on, was my point around the lack of innovation in the smart home. This is iterative for the sake of iterative. It's not innovative.
I agree.
But the thing about innovation is it's expensive to do, and it's risky.
It's too hard.
Well, I mean, it is, but I didn't think the webcam was looking that low. So I'll try and concentrate on what we're talking about. But
I was talking about mine.
There's a reason that Hollywood films are marketed, and there's a reason that sequels and franchise and kind of series and cinematic universes happen, because ultimately it's a fairly safe bet. And I think it's the same in a lot of technical industries, isn't it? It's kind of, if we go out there and do something truly transformational, unless you are Apple, then you've got a high chance of spending a shit ton of research money and not recouping it. But I'm saying Apple, other than the iPod and the iPhone, I think was the last time that Apple did something truly innovative. I think everything from that, and I realise this is quite a dangerous path potentially, but I think everything since that has been an Apple polished version of what other people were doing. The iPad wasn't the first tablet that was brought out. It was just a better version of a tablet than anything any Android developing company ever put out. The iPhone, yes, it was truly innovative. It was something that was very different from pretty much anything else on the market. But even Apple was one of the most kind of cash-rich companies in the world, let alone technology. They've still not got the bottle to truly innovate. So it's hardly surprising that that's a company that primarily, to my mind at least, are a hardware company who deliver great services. If they're not innovating with hardware, then it's hardly surprising that Google as a software company aren't innovating, and that I'm surprised that Amazon are attempting to innovate, given that ultimately they're a retail company at heart, and the dystopian attack helicopter, say what you want, but it's a bold concept. It's nobody else is going to copy it because it's fucking terrifying.
It's mental. When's it going to happen though? I'm still waiting for it.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is true. To be honest, I think for me, I think it's the range that it's got on it. So I think that all of those dystopian attack helicopters are currently parked on Jeff Bezos's yacht, and he's a little bit too far out in international waters.
Which of his many
that's
yachts?
Why we've not seen them.
I mean, it's like he's got quite a lot of yachts there, guys. He's singling out one yacht.
Brian, from a protocol point of standard, so I'm not going to pretend that I understand the difference between all the IPs and et cetera, from a purely protocol standards. Is it far superior than what we currently have with Zigbee and what Zigbee Alliance is trying to push? Or is this iterative to get us into the next buying phase?
Yeah, so there's some aspects that have been upgraded, right? Zigbee isn't really IP based, or at least most of the Zigbee devices. So you run into problems, or this is what the manufacturers tell me. They run into problems getting people to actually make the devices and having the knowledge base in terms of how to address outside of those IP-based systems. It also moves us to IPv6. So, right now, IPv4, well, you don't have limits in terms of your network exactly, but a lot of people wouldn't know how to go and make a subnet and do all those things with their router. So you have to jump up as these people are getting bigger and bigger smart homes and more IP-based devices. So I think it solves a couple of really big issues, but in terms of it like being a much better technology, no, I'm not going to say that. I think it is a really smart way to take a really fractured and as has been said here, a really messy industry, right? Like the industry has been a mess for a long time. We all have all these different protocols. We have all these different certification standards from Google and Amazon and Apple, and they're all doing their own thing. And they're trying to come in, and I don't know whether they'll be successful in the end, but at least they're trying to come in on the top layer and combine a bunch of things together and say, now it doesn't matter as much whether you're using Google or Amazon or Samsung. And I think those are some of the bigger players that are here and going to gain a little bit out of this. So the technology has some benefits, but it's not some massive jump as far as I've seen.
And I love the sentiment of what it's trying to accomplish. And Paul, I'm probably in your camp of the cynicism of what it's pushing and what the principles are is fantastic. But will it be another, let's fragment up and chop and decide what the standard is for us as an organization?
I want to be wrong about it. I want it
too.
to be like amazing and do all the things that they're promising about bringing stuff together. But they're saying one thing and then they seem to be demonstrating another. By like I said, my example with Philips Hue, if they're going to allow Philips Hue to put a bridge between the outside world and the Philips Hue bulbs, then they haven't achieved anything, in my opinion. They're still just in exactly the same place that they were before. Everything isn't compatible with everything. You still need to buy a Philips Hue bridge. And if they're going to let Philips do it, they're going to let anybody from the CHOIP Alliance do it, aren't they? The CHOIP Alliance is going to be made up of companies that are all saying, yes, we want to be on board with it, but we want to do it our own way. And if they're going to bow to every single company in the list, we're going to be in the same situation as we were with Zigbee.
Well, they probably need to because they're the ones that are funding it.
Yes.
And this was going to be my question, and I don't know who's best placed to answer this, Brian. Is ultimately having this CHOIP alliance, is it that those guys are having a moratorium on fighting each other to keep any upstarts at bay? And I don't understand enough to know if this will enable new device makers to be an easier space for them to come into, because it'll be a more consistent approach. And will that make it easier for device makers, or will the cost of entry be that
Prohibitive.
you've got to go through a certification process that does mean that it is going to cost you to label yourself as part of the Chip Alliance, and ultimately,
was with Zigbee. It was the same with Zigbee, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it's the same. Isn't it the same with all of them, though, at this point? Don't you have to get certifications that are going to cost you money?
Not Wi-Fi or RF or infrared or Bluetooth. All these manufacturers, they go that route because they don't have to pay a load of money for certification. That's why there is more Wi-Fi devices and cheaper Wi-Fi devices than there is Zigbee devices. And it's the same companies that made up the Zigbee Alliance are making up the CHOIP Alliance. And so I just have grave concerns that they're just the same companies heading down the same route for the sake of selling the same product a second time.
I think you've
But
used
you're
the
gonna buy
word
it?
cabal.
Yes, I'm going to buy it.
Exactly. Well, there we are. There's the problem. There's the problem. There is a problem. You're saying all this, but people will still buy the thing.
Of course we will.
And it's my job to talk people into buying it as well. So I'm going to be telling
Exactly.
everybody next week, you all need to be buying the new CHOIP.
I don't remember what Gareth's question was. I have no idea.
What was your favourite colour?
I don't think Gareth can remember what his question
It's
was.
all right. I generally only ask questions to give me a chance to answer them. I am a content.
Oh,
creator.
I remember what you're asking now. You were asking basically, is this a way to keep the little guy out?
Yeah.
You know,
No, Paul's still here.
Shut up, you bearded beatnik.
Hipster.
But like, okay, so other than Amazon, let's put dystopian helicopter company to the side for a second. Do you think any of them are capable of creating every smart device for your home? Like any other company in this alliance? I don't. I'm going to answer that because I asked myself a question that I want to answer. No, Gareth, you don't. So I don't think anyone else, like Samsung probably could get pretty close, but Google's not trying to make every device, are they? And I don't see Apple trying to make every device. So yes, I think, if you're creating a new standard that you're going to get the smart home industry to follow, hey, you're going to make money. Absolutely. Are these companies dumb? No, they're not dumb, but I don't think they're necessarily trying to kill all the innovation in the industry. I think it's always good to have a measure of control, but it's not about killing the little guy because they're bringing lots of little guys along in that Zigbee Alliance. There's 180 companies now in that consortium or group or whatever we want to call them today.
Are they all ones that Amazon sell the products of?
Oh, probably. Except Google.
I've talked about this in my video that I've been making, and I think Amazon are the biggest problem in the industry. And as much as I love the products that they make, their tactics as a business terrify the ever-living piss out of me. Because they'll go around and they'll find companies that want to work with them, and they'll let them make the products, and then they'll go, that's a good product. And then they start making that product, but put Spotify on it. So that company is then no longer a thing. It's like Anker, they made the Echo Auto long before the Echo Auto was made, and it was really good. And it worked just great, but it didn't have Spotify because that would have cost too much money. So then Amazon made the Echo Auto, put Spotify on it, charged like probably £5 less, £5 more, I don't know. And then, of course, Anker's products just fell by the wayside. No one's going to buy that when you could buy the actual proper Amazon version with Spotify.
Yeah.
And they seem to do that with everything.
Is that a bad thing, though? Is that a bad thing? Because at the end of the day, yes, it is bad for Anker. Boo-hoo, sorry, Anker. But then Amazon did it properly. Amazon did what the consumer wanted. The consumer wanted Spotify.
I have this horrible sneaking suspicion that Amazon have something to do with these companies not being able to implement Spotify. I don't know what the background on that is, but that's just the feeling I get from
Paul,
always, because it just seems to be a regular thing.
Is that some tin foil in the background? I couldn't see.
Why are you looking at the wrong monitor? I thought you were doing your Texas this whole time.
That's the natural shine on his head, Stu.
Sod off, Gaz.
Mate, don't be doing that because mine is quickly catching up.
I'll be honest. I am really quite disappointed that you all breezed past my protocol iteration syndrome as the piss on your chips. I'm utterly bereft that I'm trying to create a Paul Hibbert like catchphrase here, and you've all just taken the legs from under.
I laughed. I didn't want to interrupt, so I kind of.
Oh, is that it? So you just didn't bother laughing? Thanks.
No, we heard it. We just didn't think it was funny.
That's all right. The key thing is you heard it.
Gareth, I heard it, but as I was kind of telling you earlier, I can't tell what you're saying. Like you use words like bereft, and what was the other word you used there? Iterative?
Education? Was that the other word?
I missed that one too, buddy.
So I think from a chip point of view, you could talk all night about it, and it's probably going to be a case of we just wait and see.
Yes, and we'll find out that it was terrible and expensive.
Well, let's hope not.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but even if it's not, how many years is it going to be until it's superseded?
2.
Because
I'm going to go with 3.
Because it's protocol iteration syndrome.
I think that's probably and I don't know if it was Brian, if you said it earlier on, or was it Paul. The smart home industry is just a mess because it will be in 3 or 4 years' time. It'll be the next one, and that's at the moment the state of play.
Yeah, well, I think they're making it worse.
You know what's going to be interesting? This is the interesting piece to me, and this is how it could get better.
Brian, I'm going to use this as the closing slot for this news item, so make it good.
Oh,
no pressure, no pressure, Brian.
I'm going to pause. Really...
Can you speak slowly as well so we can understand you a bit more?
Don't I always speak slowly?
Whoa.
English
I don't know about you, Stu. I'm multilingual. I can speak American.
I can speak a bit of American.
Oh,
I've told you, boys, I only speak pie, real ale, and coal. I don't speak any other language.
All right, listen.
It's weird with you being Welsh.
Right, how do I leave this Zoom meeting?
Just get up. I saw Lee.
Where's the off button?
What was I supposed to say again? I don't remember what we were talking about, Lee.
Chip.
You're closing this segment.
Close the segment with closing thoughts on Chip, where we are and what's coming.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember. This is what happens when I make videos, which is why they're sometimes a little confusing. So anyways, I think what'll be really interesting is if Zigbee or another one of those protocols kind of gets embedded. And we've already seen the capability for Thread to be embedded. There's absolutely no reason Zigbee can't and won't. And at that point, we might see other manufacturers like Philips say, okay, now it's an easy path for us to adjust all of our bulbs and go down this route. So I think that will be either a really great thing to see, or if we don't see it, yeah, we'll be waiting much longer for a better situation in the market.
I mean, what I would say there, Brian, is...
Guys, I'm sorry, did you not hear that was the closing statement?
Yeah, I did. You're under the impression that I listen. I just think it's good that Brian has set out the route for us all as English people to follow in the smart home world. Route. I mean, Brian, come on. Route, it is route.
Yeah, man, I get. Oh, honestly,
what were you
comment
saying?
My comment section is filled with people going route. It's pronounced route. I'm like,
whoa.
We invented the language.
Paul, you say this. YouTube. I mean, come on, mate. You've taken your own legs from underneath you there.
What are you talking about?
YouTube. I mean,
who says route?
Americans. You Americans do.
No,
you just
say route. I say route.
You just said route. You just said route.
Can we play
guys, I don't want to be trolled here.
Brian,
Gareth, I'm trying to differentiate from the Americans here.
Brian,
that
thing that makes your internet really crap, is it router or router?
Ooh, it's both. I switch.
It's not that, is it?
Sounding defense. I like it, Brian, tactically. Right, we're going to move on before Gaz starts abusing more people.
Can we have a wee break?
We can have a wee break.
What? Whoa, are you taking the piss out of Lee's accent now?
Really good, guys. Yeah, just
a small break?
Just want a quick
or a protocol iteration
Yeah, I'm going to get
syndrome break.
Yeah, let's do that and get a quick drink as well.
I'm going for a wee. Nobody say anything funny until I get back.
So next segment, we're going to go into a game of what the UK would call Family Fortunes. For everybody else in the world, it's Family Feud. So Brian, you're probably familiar with Family Feud as opposed to Family Fortunes.
As an
I've
American.
already split into two teams. Gaz and Paul, my team name.
I think I suggested Little and Large, and I don't think I heard any advance on Little and Large. So are we going with that one, Paul, as our team name?
Yes.
Done.
I'm large.
Team Brian and Stu, do you have a team name?
It's going to be difficult because we're going to need something that's sort of, bilingual here.
That's
Right,
it.
router.
The bilingual duo, I'll take it.
Team Router.
Team Router.
Router.
Team Router it is.
Router.
Okay, so if you're not familiar with
formal when you say that.
Router.
Router.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't say that on YouTube.
Okay, sorry, I derailed again.
That's all right. So if you're not familiar with for the listeners with the format of Family Fortunes or Family Feuds, I've surveyed 100 people. They've been asked a certain number of questions, and from those questions, they've given me 4 or 5 answers. I'll ask the question to Paul and Gaz first. There's 4 or 5 answers, and I want each one individually. So, for example, name 5 items that begin with B. Okay, you would individually give me 5 items, and I'll take them off my list. Okay, that's not the question, Paul.
Sorry.
That's an example. If at the end of 5 guesses you don't get them all, I'll pass it to Brian and Stuart, who have 1 chance to steal the point. If they fail to steal the point, you win. Okay. Now you've both got the 2 teams of 5 questions each. Everybody understand the rules?
No, I haven't got a clue what we're doing, but I'll make it up as I go along. It'll be fine.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I've had 2 beers, so I'm off my face.
Is this a podcast?
Yes.
Oh, bollocks!
That's why you put your ears on so everybody can see them.
And that's why Paul brought a presentation.
Yeah. Is there a picture round?
Actually, Paul, what I might do, if you don't mind sending me the presentation, I'll stick it into the YouTube version of this. So
Please do.
Yeah,
Please
I'll do that.
I might send it out myself with your kind permission, and then I can have a week off.
Absolutely. Right, for Little and Large, I surveyed 100 people. Name a famous England footballer from the 2000s, or the noughties as they were called. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
This
answers.
game is.
Name.
I'm from Canada.
You should define.
We don't
it,
have English
Brian.
Footballers.
Canada.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine, Brian.
So, Team Little and Large, name a famous England footballer from the noughties.
Can we
begin with B?
Can we confirm? Can we confer?
You can. That's why
I think one of them's Wayne Rooney.
Okay.
Okay, you've got it. That's 1.
Can we get another go?
You've got 6 guesses, Paul.
Ooh. From the 2000s.
From the 2000s.
John Terry.
Well done. 2 out of 2.
So basically, in the public's view, anybody who shags somebody that they shouldn't do is a likely high scorer.
So anybody. So when you think of the question being asked, the public would have think of what comes to the forefront of the mind first. Okay, so it'd be the big 6 England footballers at the time. God, if it's going to take this length to go through question 1,
Rio Ferdinand.
Got another 9 fucking things to go.
Rio Ferdinand
is not 1. No.
Oh. Gaz, you suck.
Well, hold on. So does that mean that they fail and we get?
No,
a chance?
they've got another 3 guesses, Stu.
Right. Well,
What's that?
given that I suck, Paul, I think it's your turn.
Oh, you're asking the wrong man. I hate football. David Beckham.
Actually, Stu, that's a fair point. I'm going to change the rules. You've got, if you get a guess wrong 3 times, I'll then move it to Stuart and Brian. Okay, so you've got 1 X at the moment. Sorry, Paul, what was your answer?
Is David Beckham a footballer in the 2000s?
Well done. Yes, that's an answer.
I don't believe it.
He even plays over in North America, not Canada.
Well, I don't know any Canadians.
I've got some of his whiskey actually down there.
I knew that one.
Stephen Gerrard.
Is not an answer.
Oh, Gaz, pick famous ones.
I mean, he was England captain for a period of time.
That
He's
means
very
nothing.
successful.
So you've got
But
three.
does he have a hot wife who walks up and down a catwalk now and then?
Oh, so are you suggesting Mr. Crouch might be one?
Oh, well done.
See, I'm nailing
He didn't guess that.
He didn't have a fucking clue.
Well done. Two to go.
He just knew that he had a hot wife.
I don't even know who he is.
He's Abby Clancy, Mr. Abby Clancy.
Oh, I don't know what that is either. Is that some kind of IKEA furniture?
Yeah,
I'm going to push you for an answer, guys.
Go on, Gaz.
Think goal scorer, guys.
Right. Another goal scorer, yeah?
Goal scorer and a defender.
Goal scorer and a defender. Oh,
Or was he defending? Maybe in a midfielder.
yeah, thanks for all your help. That's really, really useful. I
Ryan's
would
looking it up.
say a goal scorer.
Stu's still doing his
Right,
taxes.
you get 10 seconds. I'm going to give you another X.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm going to pass it to Stuart and Brian. You've got two guesses, two footballers to go. If you get them both, you'll get the point.
Right, hold on. What was the question specifically? Remind me. It's been too long. We've been deliberating about bloody footballs. What
He's
was
been
the
doing
question?
his taxes too long.
I'd have a guess at Wayne Rooney if I were you guys.
Paul, I don't have to do my taxes. I already know the answer's 0.
Stuart, out of a survey of 100 people,
Right.
they named 6 famous England footballers in the noughties.
Oh, Christ. England or just English?
England.
And who have we had so far? We've had
You've had
Michael-
David Beckham, Wayne
David
Rooney,
Beckham, and
Peter
Rooney.
Crouch, and John Terry.
Okay, Michael Owen.
Well done.
Oh wow. He's the most boring man in the world. Why
But
would
he's
anybody
still
remember
known.
Michael Owen?
One more.
Right, Brian, any ideas, Brian?
Yeah, right.
Oh, fucking hell, Brian. Okay.
Push you for an answer, Stuart.
I mean, I don't want to be our downfall here, but you did originally say if they just get one, they win the point.
No, he didn't.
I did.
No, he didn't.
Guys,
No,
well done.
he did. He
I'm-
did. He
I'm gonna
definitely
give
did.
that-
I
I'm gonna
remember
give
that.
that. Question
As the
one.
least professional creator on this channel, I think having it fall to me to be an adjudicator of the rules.
Oi, I'm the least professional creator here.
You know, guys, you've corrected me. Well done. Right. First
Sorry,
question
sorry.
goes to Stu and Brian. Question
Good
2.
job, Stu.
Unbelievable.
Great. Question 2.
Yes.
Out of the surveyed 100 people, name the top 5 items that they thought are sticky. So name something that.
Why
is-
do we get football and they get sticky?
No, Paul. This is still you, and Gaz. This is still you, and
Oh,
Gaz.
good. No, in that case, this is quite a difficult.
Wait, hold on a
question.
minute. Why
Red
is it?
tube.
Why is it them? Why is it them first?
I'm going to go through all. You'll
I
get
want
the
to
5.
hear. I want
and
to
then you'll
hear
get 5.
Paul's answer to
So,
this.
Name
We're going down the
something
road of
that's
sticky substances or sticky things.
Little and
I'm
large.
Keep it
Kind of
PG.
interested with what they say. I'm okay, Stu.
Get
Keep
your
it
mind out of the
PG.
gutter. Top answer is going to be sellotape.
Sellotape is there. Well done.
Thank you. Blue tack.
Blue tack is there.
Glue.
Glue is there.
Come on, guys.
Well, that could be one of them, yeah.
It's terrible.
Is masking tape in different enough from sellotape to class?
I'm afraid that's a
Oh,
no.
why
Gaz.
did you do that to us?
Oh,
That's a cross on your board.
we're on a sticky wicket there. Post-it note.
I'm going to give you another cross.
Oh my god.
This is why I'm not on the YouTube.
Yeah, this is the requirement.
Paul, can I press you for an answer?
3M tape.
No.
No.
Stu and
Which
Brian.
idiots did you ask?
This isn't like the sort of joke, is it? What's brown and sticky?
Well, I did
A
think
stick.
that.
Can I guess, Brian?
Yes, please do. Please do. My
Velcro.
guess was 3M.
Velcro.
Oh no.
I'm afraid not.
Oh, I was on there.
Oh.
What?
So
That
the remaining answers are plasters.
Right.
You've cut
Oh,
yourself.
they stick. They're shite.
And
Plasters?
Never stick.
plasters and fly
What
paper.
100 people did you ask? Are they like
Fly paper.
Were
they
Who the
born
fuck
in
are these 100 people
1900?
You're asking, Lee.
who uses
Jesus
plaster?
Christ, are you asking rednecks?
So let's just quickly,
Lee has gone back in time and he's used the Victorians as a sort of like level of understanding.
Clearly,
I mean-
the answer was peanut butter.
I think this is a little bit unfair because you're clearly asking a load of American rednecks for him to say fly paper. So
Okay.
you can't really ask Brian a question when he was one of the respondents.
when I said I asked 100 people, I really Googled family fortunes, questions and answers. All right.
This
So-
is definitely not plagiarism. It's
So
fine.
that,
I can't understand why it's not still on the air with belting questions like that.
that round goes to Paul and Gaz. Next one for Paul and Gaz again. Okay. Name a part of the body people like to have massaged.
Oh, come on.
Happy
Haters,
ending.
obviously.
In Yorkshire, Fiat.
Okay, and I'm looking for 1, 2, 3. I'm looking for 4.
There you go. Shoulders.
Shoulders is there.
What about
Feet.
left shoulder, right shoulder, back,
Back is there.
head?
We got feet, right?
Head
You got
is
feet.
there. And feet is there. Well done. 4 out of 4.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Next question, Paul and Gaz. Name something that a clown might wear.
Cardigan.
I'm going to give you a cross for that. I'm
You
sorry,
got it
guys.
before I did.
There's a wrong answer, guys.
Oh, come
That's
on.
a big X right there.
I would apologise, Paul, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah, well, wigs.
Wigs. Yep. And just yeah,
And just
Well-
so that everybody knows, currently it's Gareth wearing a cardigan.
Yeah. Just so you know, everybody, Paul is currently wearing a wig.
Yeah, I was just
And
going
on
to
top
say,
of that, a tinfoil hat.
which answers are going to describe my YouTube channel.
YouTube.
I'm looking for
YouTube.
four more
Um,
answers.
So, red nose.
Red nose is there.
A flower that
Flower?
squirts water, probably.
Afraid not, Paul.
You're
Oh.
fucking kidding me.
Right. This
Massive
is,
shoes.
Big shoes is there.
yeah. Gret big shoes is what you should really call them.
Okay, you've got 2 to go.
Or my shoes.
Baggy trousers.
It's not there, guys. I'm really sorry. It's not
so-
there. I'm going to pass it to
That's
Brian
subs.
and Stu to steal it.
Brian, do you have any experience with
All I
clowns?
need is one. What might a clown wear?
More than I'd like to admit on the internet.
He's going to say he did cooperate with me once.
So the answers I've had is a red nose, big shoes, and a wig. What else
mean,
would a clown have?
Between me and you, Brian, this is not an answer. We're just
Yeah,
discussing.
yeah,
I would
yeah.
say waistcoat. Maybe that would be something that a clown wears. I don't know.
Only if you're in England.
That's a very.
I feel
to be fair, yeah, clowns are regional. You're not going to get, a Chinese clown wearing a waistcoat, are you?
I just, you know what? I always remember, and this is not an answer, Lee, because I noticed you've been thinking all
That's
that.
fine. No, you're
Yeah,
consulting.
man.
Yep, you're allowed to consult.
Yeah.
You know, the makeup, right? They're always wearing the makeup. That's what
Right.
I see Paul wearing all the time.
Okay,
Can I just
and
say-
is that an answer, Brian?
I like it.
Okay, let's go with it.
Yeah.
Face paint makeup is there. Well done. You've stolen the point.
I was going to
Well,
say
just,
that.
just so I know, just so I can say, and this is not an insult, you're a pair of cheating bastards.
I'll
Final
put my
question.
fucking wig on.
Final question for Paul and guys. Name
Pardon?
something you associate with magicians, and I'm looking for 5. So name something you associate with magicians. And Paul just
Dad.
put a wig on.
Question.
And you can't say dad disappearing act.
I missed the question. What's the question?
Associate with magicians.
What would you associate with magicians?
A magic wand.
Wand is what we have. Yep.
A big bloody hat.
A hat is what we've got.
Rabbits.
Rabbit.
Rabbits is what we've got. You got 2 to go.
Doves.
Doves as well. There.
Oh, go on,
Well
Gareth.
done. Final one, and it's got to be the most obvious one.
A magic word.
No, don't. No, we're conferring.
Yeah, sorry, that wasn't an answer. That wasn't an answer. That.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
I'll give you
Now we're
guys.
playing your game now.
I'll give you it's magic tricks, but to say the magic tricks, we do magic words. I'll give you it.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah, no, we
thank
weren't
you.
conferring. That was an answer that we were both in agreement on.
Wow.
Okay.
There's no. Yeah, don't go.
Next
wigging
level.
out.
Next level cheating there, Gaz.
I
I learned from the best.
Stu and Brian, step up to the podium. Okay. Name something that has a bad smell.
Gareth.
I'm afraid I'm
No. That was a satire. That was
We
a
were
satire.
conferring.
So-
We were
Satire.
conferring.
I was
taking
asking Brian.
I'm sorry,
That
Stu. I've got
team's
first answer.
tactics.
First
That's
answer.
That team's
satirical.
tactics.
Satire.
That's what smells.
I
That's
think
what
it was
stinks.
my microphone. I think it made like a noise. It sounded like Gareth.
Still worth it. Still worth it.
Okay, and I'm looking for 6 for this one.
Poo. That's got to be on
Pooh,
there.
Pooh's there. Well done.
Right. 6. That is fucking body odor.
I'll give you it was feet, but I'll take body odor.
It's body odor.
What?
Yeah, that's
Bodily odor. That is an odor
specific.
from your
Not the
body.
same
That's an odor
thing.
from your body. Your feet.
If it's
The body
burp,
odor.
we'll guess at fart.
Blimey.
How about cooked fish or
Fish. Well done, Brian.
Yes. Eggs.
Was that 2 guessed as a boot and fish?
Eggs is not there, Stu.
Oh God.
You've got one more cross to
It's
go.
got to be garbage. It's got to be garbage.
Rubbish is there. Well done, Brian.
It's not a real thing. Rubbish is not a
How
thing.
many more do we need now? Just 1 or 2?
Do you know what? I'll take one because it's unfair to give you 6 to answer, so I'll take one more.
Oh, this is hard work.
Can I push you for an answer?
Yes, push them.
Okay.
Cheese, maybe, Brian?
Oh,
Brian?
sorry.
Breeze.
I'm talking to Brian. I'm talking to Brian.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
talking to me. He's
yeah.
talking to me. It's good. It's good.
Okay, okay, consultation.
No,
Okay.
if it's quiet talk, it's Brian talking. Okay, well, it's definitely not cheese, is it? Because he's just
Yeah, I mean, Americans are known for talking very quietly, aren't they?
Any ideas, Brian? I don't know.
Please send all your hate mail to Gaz, not to the podcast. Right, guys, need an answer?
Shoes?
I'm sorry, Brian. It's not an answer.
I was
gonna-
conferring.
I'm going to hand it to Paul and Gaz to steal.
Oh,
Sorry,
Uh,
Stu.
we're conferring
Right.
then.
Yep.
So I thought I quite liked cheese,
Yeah, I did, but
but there wasn't a reaction, was there?
damn it, I think they had a guess at that and there wasn't a reaction. So let me
Yeah.
have a think. Do you think it's a food-based thing?
I don't know. There are lots of things that smell very bad, aren't there?
There is.
Most
gonna
of them
pressure you
probably
for an
wouldn't have
answer.
been.
Yeah, thanks. Good prompt there, Brian. Pressure
Yeah,
for an
no
answer.
problem. No problem. Just keep
I'll be honest. This is like the Speaker of the House being a Tory. I mean, this political I'm just conferring. Political corruption is maybe one thing that stinks.
Right,
Did anyone say farts yet? Because it's blatantly farts.
Farts. No, it's not an answer. I'm taking that as
Oh,
your final
get
answer,
outta
Paul.
here.
Sorry.
What?
No one gets a point.
Oh, what a load of guff that is.
Stu and Brian keep the point. Next question for Stu and Brian.
No. We need to know what the final
Yeah, what was
answer was. I'm afraid.
There was 2,
It
right?
was 2. You could either have garlic or vomit.
I mean,
Or
garlic
vomit.
doesn't stink. Garlic's got like a flavour. It's
Yeah.
not really a stink, is it?
Okay. Next one for Brian and Stu.
I like-
As
I
I'm
like
trying to
how
rush this as soon as
detailed
quick
his
as possible.
Got some detailed analysis about vomit there.
Brian and Stu, name an occupation where you might get photographed a lot.
Model.
There's plenty.
Model
how
is
many are you
there.
looking for?
And I'm looking
Just
for
remember everything that you subscribe to.
5
You
Stu.
YouTube?
Five.
Is that how we say it? YouTube?
YouTube?
Is that an answer, Brian?
No, don't say that, Brian.
No,
Don't say that, Brian.
no.
That
I'm
won't be on
asking
Family
how to say
Fortunes.
it.
That won't be on Family Fortunes. I
yeah.
would say. I don't know. Name jobs. 5 jobs.
So, name an occupation where you might get photographed a lot.
Well, actor would be one of them.
Celebrity.
Yep.
Yeah,
Actors there, well done.
Actor, musician.
I'll give you that. Yep. 2 to go. Now, I'm going to give you a clue here because they're hard to distinguish. Sorry, Paul and Gaz. The first one you gave me was movie star.
Yeah, actor. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So television then.
Television.
Oh,
that's a bit.
We needed that help.
Actor would be the job.
That's like left shoulder, right shoulder.
It really is, isn't it?
It's a wee bit, yeah. Okay, 1 to go.
Straight to DVD actor.
Sorry, Gaz.
Population
That's
actor?
wrong. You're out.
Okay, I'm going to push you for an answer.
Okay, Brian, yeah, it is.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, what have we said? We've said.
So you've said a model, film star, TV star, and a singer or musician. So who else gets photographed a lot in this day and age?
We're allowed multiple guesses, are we?
Nope. Yes, you do. You can go. You can get 3 wrong.
Done for the rest of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say influencer.
No.
Rubbish.
Get in. That's the one I was going to go for, so I'm really glad it's wrong.
Yeah, don't go with that. Nobody photographs us. No one cares.
I photograph myself all the time.
Oh, can I just ask, does anyone hate the word influencer as much as me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah,
People keep saying, what do you describe yourself as? I'm a journalist. I don't want to be known as an influencer, man. I'm a journalist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I describe myself as a knob.
Yes, well, I mean, after knob, obviously. Knob journalist.
Yeah, it's always knob, journalist.
Ironically, your car insurance is a lot less if you identify as a knob than as a journalist.
But it is funny.
You know
Right.
what?
I'm going to push you for an answer, Brian.
I got an idea. Yeah, an athlete.
Well done.
Oh, no.
Yes, Brian.
Phil-
Well done.
Phil
Brian.
Yeah,
Brian.
to be honest, I do get photographed an awful lot.
It happens to
Okay.
me too. Yeah.
So, next question. Name something that Batman would not normally leave the Batcave without.
Who's
Is
this?
this us?
Who's this for, by the way?
This is Stu and Brian still. You guys have had your chance.
He's Batarang.
I need a wee. You guys go suck at this while I have a wee.
He has drank a lot, hasn't he?
He's such a team player.
Batarang is there.
Oh yeah.
His underpants. That's conferring with Brian.
I don't think people would get that specific, but
His shoes. I mean, these are the things I wouldn't leave. That his keys. You know, his wallet.
well,
Where's he put his wallet?
his Batmobile, right?
Well done, Brian. Yep.
Batmobile.
Two
He's got
for
to have
two.
that as Batman. Remember, he's as Batman, so he's got to have his bat suit. You know, he's got to have his suit.
I'll give you it. It was his cape, but it's part of his suit.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that.
We could say grappling hook. Would that be one, Brian? You'd agree
Oh,
with
I like that one. Go with it.
grappling
It's
hook.
not there, Stu.
I felt like it was good though. It was worth it.
Batman. We've had his Batmobile. We've had his cape and suit. We've had his Batmobile. Did you say 5 things?
I'm confident.
There's 6,
I've
but
got
I'll
to
take
steal
5.
it.
There's 6 things.
But I'll take 5. Push you for an answer.
Scheiße. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
Are we classing his suit as all of his items?
I would break
That he
I'd break the
wears.
suit. I would break the suit down slightly.
You want to
Oh,
break the
gee.
suit? Okay.
What, like,
Oh,
like
wow.
the rules of this game that you're breaking down?
Well, he's got his
mask?
utility belt, right?
His
And
utility
mask.
belt. Yep.
Bollocks, that was going to be mine.
belt.
His mask.
His
Yeah.
mask. Well done.
His cowl.
Done.
We call it a cowl.
Well done. I'll give you 5
well,
for 5.
frankly,
Fucking cowl.
Have we
Simon.
won yet?
That's a
Simon
proper.
cowl.
That's a proper term, like router.
Paul, we've established that Batman doesn't leave the cave without Simon Cowell.
Oh, his cowl.
Yeah,
I have
well,
a cowl.
it's
I have the
because
Batman cowl.
because his utility belt hold his trousers up that high.
No, Can I show this? Oh, look, there's my Batman chair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like it, yeah.
Hey.
That's the one Paul would love to have, but doesn't.
I've got it. I've got
Oh.
it here.
Did you get it?
One.
I did. Oh man, Secret Lab were like, well, we sent you the Omega, so we're now going to send you the massive fat one. And I'm like, well, I'm not a massive dude. I mean, that's not a word. Like, yeah, but we've already sent you the Omega. I'm like, all right. What you mean is you haven't got any more stock of the Omega Batman chip. So I ended up with a massive F-off chair that it sits by me. It looks nice. And as Carl Pilkington once pointed out, it's better to sit in your comfort zone and look out at something pretty than it is to live in something pretty and look out at your comfort zone.
Don't tell that to Nisha.
Well, she has to sit in the Batman chair, which is way too big for her.
Well, yeah, but she has to look at you. So
There is that.
I can't believe I had to telegraph that one, Paul. Jesus Christ, you made me actually be a nasty
I think I'm on my
bastard.
third beer. I'm on my third beer. Right? All jokes are going to go straight over.
Stu and Brian, I'm going to move you on, guys. Stu and Brian, there's 2 questions left, okay? But from a points point of view, if you get both wrong and Paul and Gaz get both right, it's a draw. If you get this question right, you win. Okay? All clear? So, name any film starring Dustin Hoffman.
Sorry, name any what?
Any film.
Meet the parents.
I think I slurred there.
I thought you said name any filling. What?
Any film with Dustin
I
Hoffman.
thought you said villain.
With Dustin
Mayonnaise.
Wasn't he in Meet the Fog?
I have no
right?
idea, mate. I have
get
no
to
idea
swear?
who that even is. Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman?
Oh, come on, mate. I'm confident. I feel confident on this one.
Okay.
Do you?
Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, well,
I have no idea who that is, mate.
I'm not looking this up at all, but if I said Rain Man,
Rain Man is there. Well done.
It's the only one I know.
Well
Other
done.
than the other one.
I'm not looking this up. It was also probably Hook.
Oh, Brian.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, I'm seeing some cheating going on.
I'll be honest, this is the least cheaty
What?
section of the
yeah.
quiz so far.
Yeah.
You're just upsetting. You're just upset, Lee, that you feel these guys are cheating on you now because you're not feeding them answers and they're finding them for themselves.
Listen. I didn't say his other one in the middle of those two in the search. So
Look,
I feel
listen,
like
I didn't.
I'm picking
I
and
didn't
choosing
scroll
well.
down.
I'm picking and choosing well.
I'm going to give that question to Paul and Gaz. So, which means the final question.
Wait, let me just Google it.
Oh, it's him. Oh, I would have said Stranger Than Fiction if I'd known it was him.
The final question could go to tiebreak. And I don't have a tiebreak question, so it could either be a draw or Stu and Brian can win. All right, I didn't anticipate
We
this.
win.
So, Stu
Guys,
and
I only
Brian,
know Rain Man, so it's up to you, dude.
name a part of the body
Oh.
that bends.
Well, now that depends.
This just got
I'll
like
be honest.
Right.
I
Are we
do
talking-
genuinely.
I feel like that's a
Subscribe to
very
Stu's.
personal.
I need like clarification. Are we talking articulation bending, or are we talking? Are we talking bend with force?
Functionally, no.
Are we
Functionally
talking-
bends.
Okay, so articulation.
Yeah.
It can
Because-
bend on its own, not something that I can bend by shaping it.
Exactly, because I can bend most parts of anybody's body with enough force. Okay.
Arms.
Yep.
Whoa,
Wait, so I go, right?
how
Well
come
done,
we're on-
who's the
Paul.
question?
Paul,
Who's the
just give them an
question?
answer. Well done, Paul.
I thought it was our go.
Yeah.
Well,
there we
they were
go.
going to guess that anyway.
So, Paul, any other ideas?
Penis.
No,
That's not an answer. I'm calling you a penis.
it was just conferring.
Conferring with whom?
The
Me?
beer.
Who's on my team? Lee, are you on my team?
Yes, he fucking is, clearly. I'm not
Just
better though.
counting how many beers I've had.
4 to go.
I'm
Stu and Brian.
I've got arms. I'm going to say legs,
Yep, legs.
fingers.
Is not there.
Fuck
Right.
off. Who the fuck doesn't have bendy fingers?
There's your fingers, Stu. There's your fingers.
Am I unusual? Can people not do this? Is this like the most around like that?
I'll be honest,
Exceedingly large.
You're a sore winner.
So what did we say? We've said
Arm
arms
and legs.
You didn't say anything. Paul's answered them all for you. because he's such a fucking good team player, just not for my team.
Hey man, whoever they've been asking, they can't bend their fingers. So
Smart man keeps quiet. Smart man keeps quiet when Paul's talking. So, what could we say? Neck
Is not there.
yeah, this game.
Fucking hell, you've asked the least bendy people I've ever known. Have you asked a bunch of statues or Lego men or something?
Don't blame me. The guy's name was Stretch Armstrong. I just took his word for it.
Daleks.
Yeah, that's it. You asked a bunch of Lego men. Their arms.
Exterminate.
what can you bend? I can bend one thing.
I'd call them all a bunch of wankers, but they can't bend the wrist.
Okay, no. I've literally fucking no idea.
Okay, guys,
What would people
it's
say?
fucking easy. But something
it's
that
fucking
bends.
easy. But
Yeah,
they
it's
do it.
easy when you're looking at the fucking screen with the answers, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it
bends.
was quite easy for Brian, yes.
Brian is looking at the screen with the answers.
Brian,
No,
Googling right now.
This time I figured it was, lowbrow enough that I could get it, but
so
apparently I really need
one.
Right.
You get it wrong one more time. I'm going to pass it to Gaz and Paul.
All right,
just
hold
to-
on, Brian, don't say anything, right?
Yeah. I mean, this thing does bend, not on a Lego character.
Don't say that. Don't say that. No. Right, we can't. Neck is out of it.
That's
So
what I
what-
think of this game, Lee.
Just
wanna
roll the
tell the
dice.
audience
Just
what
roll the
Brian's
dice.
Yeah,
Brian's
go with
pulling
that.
wanker signals.
No. Let's go with it. Wrists.
Now I gotta say what
What are you going for? I missed that
was doing?
after the wanker sign.
Should we go for the wrists? Are we, Brian?
Yeah, wrist. Let's go. Come on.
It's
mean-
not there.
Yes.
Surely
off.
that's arms.
Fuck off.
Surely that's arms.
Okay.
For fuck's sake.
No, there's an elbow and a wrist, and they bend.
Well, yeah,
So look
but
at
you
your
also
fingers.
said arms and got the answer. So
Okay.
you can't have it always, can
Okay,
you?
well, go
I've
ahead.
never
Go ahead,
seen.
Gaz.
I've
Paul-
never
Paul-
seen so many YouTubers pulling wanker signals at the same time.
I'll be honest, that's exactly what I do when I watch all of your guys' content.
I knew there was a reason you were patronising us.
But thankfully, I can actually bend my finger to give a thumbs up, so it's fine.
So put Paul and Gaz to steal it.
Right, so
Shame-
conferring then, Gaz, I would say the back. I was thinking of the Lego men. The only thing they can move is their back, and he must have been interviewing complete fucking freaks.
If you get that, on
I think
and I don't get wrists.
I think the
or
last
fingers.
two questions were connected. Do you think he asked Lego Batman what could bend? Yeah, I would agree. It would have to be back.
Let's go with back.
I can see by his fucking
What a
smiling
bunch of
face.
freaks.
Yes, back.
Is it
Oh,
there?
yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Yes, what a triumphant draw we've got.
Fake news.
Come
is
on.
rigged.
No, I
This
had
is
the
all
Dustin
rigged.
Hoffman. There was no rules at the start of this. I could look up what I needed to, and I did. I think we won that
Well
one.
done.
He's
Triumphant
got
draw.
you there. He's got you. You didn't outline that you can't be a cheating bastard.
Canadians are going to win.
Right, I'm going to move swiftly on to the next section. This will be the final one, and I think we should move at a little bit of pace, given that last one took.
I need a piss again.
Jesus Christ,
Right,
man.
Paul, I'll
I'm
come
on
to
my
you.
third beer.
Paul, I'll come to you last. Go for a piss.
Yeah, but you've
Okay.
drunk 3 pints of beer and pissed 5 pints of piss.
You know how big I am? I'm this big. This big.
Well,
Not my
yeah,
penis. My
just-
penis is
for-
much bigger.
For the people listening to the podcast, Paul took down his pants there.
I'm starting to feel sorry for the
Took down
listeners.
his pants and threw off his cardigan. It was terrible.
Ironically, he pulled his penis out in front of his Titan chair, and it wasn't very on brand. Let's just say that.
So this section's called "How much do you know your guests?" Okay, so you YouTubers love to say my mate Brian, my mate Paul, my mate Craig, etc. But genuinely, are they your mates?
No, I fucking hate this lot.
There you go. There you go.
Well,
The
I'll be
truth-
honest. All of us can answer the size of Paul's penis, which is likely to be one of the questions.
It's this big. I think he's
Yeah.
this big.
So all of the
See,
questions
I wish
Can-
I
you
would've
can- you
recorded
can-
that piece.
you can learn by having seen it. This is not mystery questions, questions purely from the content you've put out or something you've potentially said at some point in one of your videos. Okay, so it's nothing contentious. Okay, so
Mate,
Stu.
I haven't got time to fucking edit my own videos, let alone watch other people's. Like, Jesus Christ.
So I'm going to ask Stu, I'm going to ask you 3 questions, one about Brian, one about Gaz, and one about Paul. Okay?
Hold on. Give me 10 seconds to watch Gaz's one video.
30.
Get in. You've doubled me watch time.
So Stu,
Have we won yet?
Paul has only ever reviewed one video game on his channel. Paul, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's only one, you've only ever done one.
Is it a VR game?
It is. Don't say
Oh,
anything else.
Wrong.
Fucking hell.
Don't say anything
3.
else. Okay. Well, your first one then. So the first VR game Paul reviewed.
It's a scary one. It's a scary house game. I don't fucking know the name of it. It's a scary one, though, isn't it?
It was Batman.
Oh, fuck off.
Batman.
Oh,
It was
no.
Batman. Okay.
I think in your review, hold on though, he did a review of Oculus Quest and he played some scary game in that.
I did.
Does that not count
Yeah.
as an actual review of that game?
No, because it wasn't the first one, was it?
It wasn't the first
I
one.
did Batman. Then I did Robo Recall, and then I did whatever the hell that scary thing was.
I can't bloody remember the name of that scary
Yeah.
one. That's the only one I saw of yours, the scary one.
Yes, none of them were worth watching.
Okay,
Oh.
Stu, next question. This time about Gaz. In episode 1 of the Smart Collective, I introduced Gaz as what?
An American.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I wish I had.
There's no need for that.
You're American, right? I think, along with Brian.
I
Shut
think
up,
he called
Wales.
me a yanker, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
I don't know, mate. I don't know what I have for breakfast. Like you
I said it at the beginning of this
I was
episode.
going to say, he said
did you introduce him as like a stalker or something like this? Or...
A ginger bearded Viking.
Oh, there we are.
Okay.
I meant that. I meant to say that.
And your question, okay, next question about Brian this time. Now,
Oh, for
Brian
fuck's sake.
Brian regularly wears a surfing skateboarding branded t-shirt. What's the brand?
Fat Willie's Surf Shack.
I was going to say that.
Stu?
See, now you see what they've done now is they put Fat Willie's shirt. Fuck knows, mate. Salt Rock?
Hurley, he's wearing one right now.
God knows, man. How am I don't pay attention.
I'll be honest, I did not. I didn't know that was a surfing thing. I did not have a clue that was a surfing thing.
Again.
So, Brian, can I just say, see when Stu in his videos says, oh yeah, Automate Your Life, best mate, my mate Brian.
I've never said that. I've never said that.
He's lying.
I've called Paul a thieving bastard. And Brian, I never talk about because he's American and you know, that's off-brand. It's off-brand. It's not British.
Pipe down, Wales.
We're gonna lose all of our American subscribers. Like it's just they're all gonna go suddenly. I'm never gonna.
Well, I love Americans.
I don't have any American subscribers. It's purely British.
Paul,
Mine are about
Oh.
50%.
So are you saying that Brian's not subscribed to you then, Stu?
No, I
I mean,
told you right
that's-
at the beginning he's not subscribed.
That's awful. Awful.
Paul, I'm going to come to you now. Okay, Paul, since you're away taking a piss there, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. One about
I don't even know
Stu,
what's happening.
one about Brian, and one about Gaz. All
Okay.
right. So, first question about Gaz. In what, well, given he's got a shit YouTube channel, I had to go through Twitter. So, in what hospital does Gaz work in?
Oh, shit. No, I do know this. Manchester?
Well done.
Boom.
Okay.
Given away primarily by his Mancunian accent.
Okay. Your question,
Buzzing
your question
into it.
about Stu. What console does Stu unbox first? Was it the Xbox Series S or was it the PS5?
I'm going to go with Xbox.
Well done.
I knew that.
2 for 2.
I didn't just guess wildly.
1 for Brian. What is the name of Brian's partner in crime on Automate Your Life?
Oh, is this for me?
Yep.
Oh, shit. It's... I know it. That's dead annoying.
That's the wrong name.
Push you for an answer.
Don't be
Oh,
anal, it'll send you
no.
backwards.
5 seconds, Paul. I'm sorry, Paul. Time's run out. Brian?
I know it. What is
It
it?
is.
It was anal backwards, like Gareth said. He slipped that in there.
Alan, yeah,
Literally.
fucking hell.
Yeah.
If I heard anal, I would have known.
Oh, good.
Guys, I'm going to come to you next. What was the name? This question is about Paul. What was the name of Paul's original voice assistant before he used Google and Amazon?
It was Alex.
No, it was Alexander.
Oh, come on. If they can have some of the answers. No, I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter.
Paul, see if you said Alex, would it respond? Did it need to be Alexander?
Who gets the points? Are
Gaz.
we on still on the same team?
No.
In fairness, if you say Google doesn't answer. So I'm not sure that's a particularly a particular criteria. Okay, I'll let it pass.
Okay, guys. Where is Stu's new studio going to be, and in what?
Hold on a minute. That's not been released to but yeah, well, go on. You might know.
Okay, will I just say what it is then?
Well, go on, man.
Okay, so
I'm presuming it's going to be a great big fucking shed.
No, I
it's
can't
not.
accept that.
And I'm not going to reveal it because I think Stu got something in the works. So apologies. I'll keep that one to you, Stu.
What?
I want to know now.
This is an absolute fix.
No. I'll tell him. Go on. It's fine. I'm surprised you don't know. Actually,
So am I, because you see the last video you did about the scooters. You did it in there.
Yeah, I did.
You've just said Stu's just said he hasn't mentioned it in a video.
Yeah, but I didn't specifically mention what it was.
Yeah, which is what he asked me. It's like, have we gone back to Family Fortunes? Name something that's purple. My jumper.
I hate this podcast.
Yeah. So
I'll give you a red for that. Right. The last question about Brian. Brian had a video that focused on helping old people. He called them seniors. I'd call them OAPs. How many ways did he have to help the old people? Was it 12, 23, or 30?
I think it would be 12, because if it's for old people, any more than 12, they might struggle to remember.
It wasn't. It was 23, I'm afraid.
Well, to be honest, I don't think that's a very accessible video, that, Brian.
It's go big or go home. Gareth.
I think, Gareth, you're being ageist. I think
yes, Gareth.
You're assuming that elderly people aren't capable of memorising 20.
I'll be honest. As the youngest person on this call, I think it's to be expected, to be honest.
You are not the youngest.
Yeah, how do you know you're the youngest? Maybe I'm the youngest.
I'm younger than you. There's only Lee who might be slightly young. Mind you, Brian.
How old do you think I am, old man?
I think you're ever so slightly older than me.
Right. I think we get our age. I think we have to reveal our ages.
Yes, we do. How old are we all?
Let's go for it then. Stu.
12.
The headphones would suggest so.
32.
Ooh.
What?
32.
Fucking hell. Do you know when you said you lived just over the border? Do you deliver papers on both sides of the border?
I have had an extremely varied and troubled young life. And it has aged me. It has aged me significantly.
I would never have guessed that. Paul?
I would have said 12. 12-year-old girl.
I love you. Uwu.
You've just basically
there's no point anymore. Now we know who the youngest
Let me know who's the youngest. There you go. Paul.
Me, I'm 23. I don't know why people.
Sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. Can we cut that? That was a cough.
What? Like, I'm look at how masculine and young I am. I'm 30 fucking 9.
Sorry,
39.
Paul. I've only got a 50-inch monitor. I need to.
Okay. So Paul's leading the way. Brian.
He's 23. We're accepting that.
No, it's 39.
That's what I heard.
What am I answering?
How old are you?
How old is Lee? That's what we're answering.
I'm 38.
Okay.
Oh,
Gaz.
I'm surprised at that. You were very youthful looking.
I too am 38, and I will also roll over Paul's. You look very young as a youthful 38 to myself.
Yeah, I don't think if you shave that beard off, you'll lose about 5 years.
Yeah, and I'll gain about 20 pounds.
And I am 37.
Wow.
So
Stu's the
actually,
youngest.
Wow.
So Stu's the
I'm second. Despite declaring myself as the youngest, I'm second oldest.
I feel much better about myself now.
I wouldn't if you look like that and you're 32.
I feel terrible. I
is
hated
true.
this exercise.
I look
Oh,
wise.
yeah, this
Gareth.
was
I look
the worst
wise,
question.
Yeah,
Mate,
let's try and wrap this up then. Final
Wait, who's
section.
got the youngest missus?
I'm,
Do we want to go
My
there?
missus will be 31.
my
31.
right hand is exactly 38.
Oh boy.
That's funny because I've spoken to your right hand before.
Well,
I thought she was much younger.
You did. You will make me subscribe to your OnlyFans.
Can we move on, please?
Let's move on. It's getting
I'm
a bit
having
awkward.
to Google how old Nisha is.
So Brian,
So you two will have to quote how old your right hand is soon as she hears this.
I think
She's
so.
31.
Oh,
I just
What kind of
actually
fucked up
Googled.
website are you looking on where you get to find out
I just had to
YouTubers'
Google
girlfriends'
how old
ages?
1989 because I can't do the math.
Oh,
right, let's get back on track then.
Yes, let's.
Brian, your question about Paul is, what's the name of Paul's binaural microphone?
oh, I should know that.
He always refers it to as his best mate.
All I had to think then, I could see it on his face.
The weird thing is, I'm struggling to remember what his name is.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
That
Paul.
might be the 3 beers.
I don't know. I don't know what his mic is.
Derek.
Oh yes.
Your question about Gaz. What is Gaz's occupation?
Oh, that's confusing.
I know it.
Something at the NHS, and I know it's based on data and stuff. But wait, coding. He's a clinical coding, but something else to
I'll
do.
give
with
you.
the
It's close enough because it's quite a confusion.
that's impressive.
I'll give you that. What's a
Thank you,
clinical
mate.
clinical decoder, Gaz?
Clinical. So what you're saying is you, as the quiz master, as well as Brian, does
But I got it right.
clinical coding improvement manager. Thank you very much.
Brian, that's one of those made-up roles in what we have called the NHS over here that has many made-up roles.
What does it spell? Clinical coding cunt. Sorry, is that word okay?
Well, to be
It is
honest,
now.
when it was abbreviated, it was CIM, which ironically is one of the highest priced things on Stu's OnlyFans.
Excellent.
Okay, final question, Brian. This time about Stu. What trading platform has Stu recently been discussing his channel? So trading platform, like shares and stocks.
I did see this. Hold on. I'm not looking at the internet.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
I
Or-
can
or
see
Twitter?
things happening.
There's the light changing.
The lights are changing.
I can't remember. Come on.
It was free trade.
Free trade.
Free
I
trade.
don't think they have
And
that
actually,
in America.
Stu, I signed up, Stu, and I got Tata Mobile.
The shutting.
Tata Mobile.
TATA
Tata,
mobile.
yeah.
That's cool.
So for
That's cool.
$15 for a share.
Yeah, nice.
I'm sorry,
Nice,
but
nice.
is this not technically creating insider trading in some sort of way here? Are you trying to push the share prices up by speaking on this podcast that is going to be listened to for 2 hours?
Everybody
by
go out and
several
buy
million
Tata
people?
Mobile stocks. It's the future. Tata Mobile, go out and buy some. Right. So, Paul, well done.
Please tell me more.
Really good. That was really
Okay,
good
then,
copy
Boris.
right there.
Yeah.
Have you just had your flat refurbished?
Well, to be fair, that section was an absolute car crash. But well done, guys, for muddling through. So, before we wrap up, because we've been going this for a good hour and a half now. Paul, anything you want to give a shout out? What's your upcoming videos? Or do you know?
I'm going to be slagging off the Choip Alliance as hard as I possibly can for a bit of a laugh.
This coming Saturday.
I've got a Broadlink video coming up about a Broadlink light switch, which is very exciting. And hang on, let me have a look. I work 3 videos ahead like some kind of lunatic. I've got a smart curtain from Ajax, which is also very exciting. There's an easy install thing, so it's like half an hour to put up a proper curtain motor.
Oh, so you only had to have 4 pissers then?
Well, I would probably have 7 pisses in that time, but yes, the average male would have at least 2.
Brian, what's upcoming? What do you want to plug?
I don't want to plug anything. I got the Miss A news here this weekend. And
who's that?
I'm working the Miss A. You know Miss A.
I don't know who.
Yeah, you know her.
That's Stu's OnlyFans name.
I was gonna ask, what is Stu's OnlyFans handle? It's Miss A, eh?
Miss Open A.
No, I got that this weekend, and then I went through trying to figure out how to get Dolby Atmos in my place with all the smart gear we had. So I have a little bit of a story there to tell, and then actually working with a company, the only one I know of, doing LoRa. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's the other meet, the other protocol, and it's just long range basically. And so I'm working with that company, and I'm hoping to actually do a review of them real soon. And I think that one's going to be interesting for a lot of people because, yeah, it's not Zigbee, it's not Z-Wave, it's more what's used in the smart cities. So I'm kind of excited to show that one.
Cool. No,
I think LoRa was probably my favourite Thundercat, actually.
Stu, will be yourself.
Oh, I've got loads of stuff. Actually, what Paul already mentioned, he said he works 3 videos ahead. We had a conversation about this recently. I've always worked to like the last minute. You know, I've got a video I'm working on. I work right up to the last minute, and then literally I'm uploading at 11 o'clock at night, and then I go on to the next project. But I've got about 8 videos I'm currently shooting at the moment. So I'm taking a leaf out of Paul's book. But the thing I'm most excited with is everyone always refers to my channel as like Top Gear or they call me Jeremy Clarkson. The amount of Clarkson comments I get in my videos is unbelievable. So I've gone full Clarkson, and I've come into use of a test track for electric scooters. So we've recently put a load of scooters around this test track. Got loads of lap times. I'm going to do a lap board. I'm going to go full fucking Top Gear. Fuck it.
Awesome.
I might as well lean into the Clarkson because people.
I think you should collaborate with Paul for that one and get him to come over and twat him right in the face.
only if he serves me cold meat.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I would only ever serve you hot meat.
There we are.
Straight out of my pants.
Whoa. I can see this OnlyFans and YouTube connection is clearly growing.
Paul, what have we spoken about tonight? We need to be charging people for this kind of talk.
Yes.
We cannot be giving this away for free.
I'm sorry, Stu. I'm sorry.
Lee, if you've learned anything from this, Lee, it's do not bring a bunch of people together in the evening with a couple of drinks. Yeah,
but the problem is, if we do it the other way around in the morning, you'll be pissed as a fart and we'll all be sober as shit.
That's actually what I'm hoping for next time.
I'll be asleep all afternoon because I'll just drink regardless.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
And Americans aren't very good at drinking anyway, so
it's true. Coors Light is the strongest drink you have over there, I think, isn't it?
Michelob Ultra. Gaz, I'm going to ask you again. Are you going to put any time and effort into Don't Fear the Gear?
I would struggle to reduce. I wouldn't want to break my unbroken streak of excellent content production value by.
Is that what you call masturbating?
Well, strangely enough, thank you for that segue that I can pull off into my plug now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've actually got an OnlyFans website.
Hold on a minute, Lee. You said you'd give me exclusive plugin rights to my OnlyFans.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Stu.
Gareth, can we cut this, please, mate?
Yeah, excuse me.
Void the contract.
Stu, if I pay an extra £5 a month, can I retain your exclusive plugin rights?
Yes.
Excellent. That's nobody likes sloppy seconds. So in terms of plugging, the only thing I've got worth plugging is my Instagram portraits page. So at Gaz Tykes, I can't even say it. At Gaz Tykes _portraits. It's an account that I recently set up to showcase, strangely enough, any portrait photography work that I've been doing, and I've got several very exciting collaborations lined up, including one with 2 makeup artists who appeared on the Netflix show Glow Up in the first series, who between them have got 900,000 Instagram followers. So
Nice. Good stuff.
I've now told everybody in the world that, or at least the 5 people who are going to listen to this, that's what I'm going to do. So they have to live up to it now.
Good stuff. And I do like your Instagram page, guys. It's good.
Like
some really nice photos, Gareth. So well done.
Good work.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's nice of Stu to be nodding his head. I know for a fact he's never seen any of them, but I appreciate the effort.
Mate, what the fuck's Instagram? Like you boomers talk about some weird stuff. Like
in Welsh, in Wales, it's probably known as Insta Lamb. To be honest,
no, mate. As youngsters, it's all about the TikTok and Snapchat, mate. Instagram's like MySpace or Bebo now, you know.
Yeah.
How do you know about Bebo, Stu?
I think you'll find.
I read about it in a history book, Lee.
That's why my only YouTube video is 30 seconds, because I grew up on Vine.
Sorry, what's Vine?
Guys, I think we've came to the end here. We've ran out of things.
I need a wee.
Paul needs a wee, and I think the fact Paul needs is this the number 8, number 9. It's probably a good time to call it quits. So, guys, a big thanks for taking your time out your diaries tonight, and for Brian in the afternoon. So, big thanks.
Thank you
for the listeners,
My pleasure.
I hope you can bear through it, because we've had a real good time tonight. Good lot of laughs and a few hidden gems. So, guys, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast so that you can be notified when my newest conversation comes out. And if you've got any suggestions for guests that you want me to interview, please feel free to find me on Twitter at the SH Collective.